Hello and welcome to Game of Box Office. Today's analysis is about John Carter. As always, let's start off with some statistics. John Carter was released on March 9th, 2012 with a huge production budget of $250 million. It was produced by Disney and ran in theaters for 112 days until June 28th, 2012. John Carter opened rather weak with $30.1 million in the USA and Canada and finished its run at $73.0 million. Adding the $211.0 million it made overseas, the total revenue sums up to $284.1 million. Compared to our previous analysis, those numbers appear to be quite low. If you then take a look at how much a studio actually makes of a movie, it gets really bad. A studio basically receives 50% of a movie's total revenue, meaning that with $284.1 million grossed by John Carter, Disney made $142.0 million. Simple maths leads to the conclusion that $142.0 million made to $250 million spent leaves Disney with a minus of $107.9 million. Obviously, it is fair to say the movie was a financial flop, but the following factor reveals how much of a catastrophe John Carter actually was. It is not widely known that the production budget does not cover the marketing cost, which in the case of John Carter range at about $80 to $100 million. This means that de facto, John Carter has cost not $250 million but $330 to $350 million. Of course, it also sold DVDs and Blu-rays, but that doesn't change the fact that the movie was an utter disaster financially. In all, Disney lost around $200 million with John Carter, and that was despite it being rated PG-13 and having a 3D release. Disney's intentions releasing John Carter were clear from the beginning. After the huge success of the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise, the studio desperately tried to create something that could measure up to it. While Disney failed to succeed with Prince of Persia: The Sands of Time in 2010, the studio is making enormous profits with the Marvel franchise and can afford to take risks like John Carter. Ever since its run, John Carter is known as one of the biggest financial failures in box office history that negatively impacted the careers of many involved in its production. What can be said in conclusion about John Carter? For a film with that kind of budget, the revenue is extremely lackluster. $30.1 million on an opening weekend for a $250 million movie is very bad. And if it then fails to receive positive criticism, which in fact might have helped its earnings in the long run, its fate is essentially sealed. The 2.42 multiplier reflects the horrible performance. After taking a deeper look at this rather poor run, the Game of Box Office team rates John Carter with the grade E. Our upcoming analysis will cover either Mad Max Fury Road, Inception or Green Lantern. Hopefully you enjoyed this video and like our channel. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and follow us on the social networks listed below. See you Tuesday with the short version of this analysis. Bye bye.